All right, good afternoon. I think what we heard today really demonstrates the fact that we're entering into a new digital era beyond Web 2.0. Now, I don't have a catchy name or moniker for this. I don't think anyone has yet. But I can be sure of one thing. It's not going to be called Web 3.0 because it's really not about the web anymore. You know, people spend more time on their apps than they do on the web now. And really, I think where we're heading is a world where there's going to be very deep layers of personalization. We're going to have functionality that can predict your behavior based on everything that you're doing in your social network and aggregating all of the information and activity that your friends are doing. And really, at the heart of that, it's all about mobility. Now, in Afghanistan, they actually have a kind of a version of Pop Idol, and it's called Afghan Star. And it's kind of the same format. They have the judges and people kind of vote for their favorite people. But the only real difference is kind of the comparative cost of a text message, which is about the equivalent of 7 cents in Afghanistan, which is about the price of a loaf of bread. And you may ask yourself, why are people kind of spending their money this way? Why would they rather spend it on a text message for a piece of entertainment versus food? And really, I think it kind of goes down to a few things. One, it kind of invites them into the experience of the show. But really what it does, it gives them the power to kind of control the outcome, and it becomes their show. And I think as marketers, there's really a lot that we can learn from that, because I think that mobile has the power to kind of impact, profoundly transform our entire way that we go to market. Every single aspect of our purchase funnel, from the way that consumers hear about our product, to the way that they shop, to the way that they ultimately can share their experience with our products with others. And at Unilever, we actually have pretty ambitious growth efforts. We have kind of the stated desire to double the size of our business over the next 10 years. And to do that, we primarily have to grow in the BRIC markets and the next 11. And if you kind of think about where mobile is playing, kind of 25% of the world today is kind of connected on their mobile phones. And the next 75%, they're going to be connected, the 25% are kind of connected. The next 75% are going to be connected through their mobile phones. And they're primarily going to be connected in these areas, these BRICs, and the next 11. And so if we're going to win in these markets, we have to win in mobile. So I think over the last 50 years, we've spent, we've driven our brands and kind of built billion-dollar businesses on the back of television. I think in the future, we're going to drive our businesses through mobility. And I think there's really two main reasons why. First, it's really a magical device. Kind of we heard about earlier. I mean, it does almost everything. It could be your keys, it can be your wallet, it can be a movie camera. But also, people have a really special relationship with this device, almost to the point where people become very anxious when it's not on them. English psychologists actually coined a term called nomophobia. It's the fear of not having your phone on. And we haven't seen this with any other device that people have. And because of this, we really believe that we've gone into a marketing world that's gone mobile. And I think that because of that, we've been active in the mobile space for the past 3 years. And I'm just going to quickly kind of go through 3 case studies. The first is from our Cornetto brand, and this is in Turkey. I think one of the biggest opportunities we have for mobile is the ability to bridge this online and offline world. And for Cornetto, kind of the base of our audience are teens. We wanted to find a way to kind of connect with these guys. And to do that, we wanted to bring an experience to them, something that they could participate in. And we know that for these guys, kind of the medium is the message. So we found kind of the busiest street in Istanbul. We found a huge building, big wall. And instead of just doing a regular kind of out-of-home spectacular, we turned it into a multiplayer game. We kind of did a Pac-Man style game. And ultimately, you used your phone as a joystick. And you can kind of play around. You got kind of a text message to invite you in. It was a very simple game, but ultimately you kind of had to collect 3 little Cornetto balls, and ultimately you got a kind of a free sample that was sent to you, and then you can instantly redeem and have ice cream. And we did it in the summer, and it was fantastic. So in terms of results, we found that about 3,500 people kind of actually stopped on the weekend and played with this. But it generated so much kind of interactivity amongst everybody else around them. Over 3 million people kind of stopped and kind of interacted with the game. Ultimately, what we saw is that kind of year-over-year sales kind of grew 16% with a very kind of tactical but powerful use of mobile. Second, I want to share with you an example of in-app advertising. Unilever were charter sponsors with Apple's iAd platform, and we're also really active players with the AdMob in-app platform. But why did we do this? We think that we really need to test the power of this small screen to be able to tell powerful, emotive storytelling that we have achieved in the last 50 years with television, that we're used to. And kind of the truth is that we had a lot of experience doing stuff like the last example, kind of bridging online and offline world using SMS, but the ability to tell really rich, powerful storytelling is something that we didn't know if it was possible in a small screen. And as we switch more of our marketing mix to digital, we feel that the only way to really kind of grow the digital marketing mix is to connect on this emotional level. And what we found is that the campaigns were really successful. We ran them in the US, North America, kind of all over Western Europe. And what we're finding is kind of the power of sight, sound, and motion, but also the power of these operating systems to tap and swipe, and it knows your location, so it's GPS aware. And the fact that it can connect into music systems like iTunes turn this into a really kind of turbocharged experience for us. And what we found is that active engagement on this platform was anywhere from 60 seconds to 2 minutes. Not only have we not seen that in kind of any other mobile advertising, we haven't seen that really in any other media channel. People sitting down, actively engaging with our brands for almost up to 2 minutes. So I just want to show a little bit of kind of what these brand experiences look like. So the last example I want to talk about is apps. And our Lynx Axe team recently created an app, and we got shortlisted at Cannes recently. It was called Stream. And it's kind of based on this insight. I don't know if anyone's seen the Hangover, but it's kind of based on this insight that the best nights that you have are usually the ones that you forget. So it's kind of like that last scene of the Hangover where they find the camera and kind of replay their night. So I'm actually not going to show the video for this, but everyone can go to the Lynx effect, and you can see some of these streams, and I encourage you guys to download this app. But we feel that apps for us holds the biggest promise, but probably also comes with the biggest risk. When we get it right, we create a really direct-to-consumer relationship that's always on. That's probably the most personal relationship that we have with our consumers in the marketing mix, and it's dynamic and responsive. So we can really listen and see what people are doing and kind of respond in real time. The downside, obviously, is that to realize any of these benefits, we have to create a breakout hit. There's really no room in this app world for good or even very good. It has to be amazing, to really vie for the attention of, with 450,000 other apps out there. It also right now I think is a bit timely to develop. I mean, this thing cost us kind of a year to develop, and we had some false starts trying to do it in the U.S. and then ended up having to do it in some other markets. And we found that not only do our brand managers still not totally comfortable with how to do this, but even our agencies are still learning along the way. But we feel that if we do get this right and kind of find this right mix of kind of the art and science, it really does hold a ton of promise for us. So someone actually said this earlier, but I really do believe that fortune favors the brave. I mean, the one thing that we have to keep doing is pioneering, and I think it's our goal to be the best marketer in the world at Unilever. But to do this, we need to be the best digital marketing company in the world. And I think this is a message for all of us that we have to realize and recognize that we're living through these extraordinary times, and we're kind of lucky enough to really have the kind of responsibility of rewriting the rules of marketing. And the truth is we'll probably get it wrong more times than we get it right in the beginning, but we have to keep pioneering. And our consumers are already there. They're already gone in a world gone mobile. And for us, we know that fortune favors the brave. So we know that we can do it, we know that we must do it, and we will do it. Thank you.